Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Happy Monday to you. Time to get the week kicked off for Raid Shadow Legends, and it looks like we are going to be having a lot of craziness in the news section of the game. We've got the Raid Boxing Week right here, where we've got a bonus legendary event and then a 10x event for each of the respective shards: Sacred, Ancient, and Void. So I'm going to give you context on all of these events and talk about what's going on with the Nishok Fusion as we come to the close and get you all wrapped up for launching the week here in Raid on Monday. So let's get into it. Alrighty, now the first thing that we need to talk about is the shard rotation event schedule. Now, if we pull up the summoning rates or summoning events expected calendar, you can see that our next one is going to be December 30th. We just came off of 2x voids, and then that means that this week we are going to be getting some sort of 10x or guaranteed event champion. Now, it'll probably be some sort of 10x. They usually have a little bit of space between guaranteed events. So I would bet by like Wednesday or so, we'll hear about some sort of normal 10x, like, you know, the 4 legendaries, the 4 epics, some sort of boosted event for certain champions. And then the week after that will be 2x ancients. So before you start pulling for the bonus legendary event going on, do keep in mind that, sorry, I closed the wrong screen here, and there we go. Okay, so before you start going after the bonus legendary event around ancient shards, you do want to keep in mind that ancients are the next 2x that's going to be coming down the pipeline here in about 12 days or so. And actually, let's pull up that other screen here and talk about the guaranteed events. Now, we did just have one for Stultus in November, but we have not had one in December. So as far as the guaranteed events for ancients, it depends. Like, we have one in May, June, and July for Roth, Canderfon, and Ragash, and then nothing in August, but we did get one in September. So they usually do a guaranteed ancient event every other month at least, and sometimes every month. So probably an average of like every 5-6 weeks, somewhere around there. And since we got Stultus back in November and we haven't gotten anything in December, there is probably going to be one in January. If I had to guess, they'll do some sort of champion for like 150, 160, whatever number they settle on for a guaranteed event for ancients. So just a few things that you want to keep in mind before you just go YOLOing and dive into the bonus legendary event for ancients. I think the people that it will make the most sense for is if you are close to proccing that mercy effect, which is 200 shards on ancients. If you if you're 120 shards in or something and you're gonna hit hot shards in like 80, then okay, I think it makes sense. I think the extra legendary events are best suited for people that have gone a lot of shards without a legendary, so that you can proc that effect as soon as possible. But as we said earlier, they're also going to be doing 3 other 10x events, and these are going to be normal 10x's. So they may be using this as a way to, this may qualify as this week's 10x / guaranteed event that we saw in the 2x event planner. So that may qualify as this week's 10x because they're going to have a few different ones. They've got December 27th, December 28th, and December 29th. So that is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday that they're going to be doing these events. So that's probably the 10x events we're getting. It's probably not going to be one of those like standard ones where it's 4 legendaries and 4 epics. This will probably be what qualifies as that. And just in general, I would say that people really don't care that much about 10x events unless they also coincide with a 2x, or if it's for a absolute god tier champion. If it has to be like Duchess or Krisk or Prince Kaimar. If it's some like top 5, top 7 sought after champion in the game, then people tend to care about 10x's, but otherwise they really don't. People, I can tell by like the viewership numbers on videos where I talk about a 10x and how people participate in the community, that they really don't care about 10x events. They want 2x events or bonus legendary events, or they want like a guaranteed summoning event in terms of things that they're going to keep their eye on. So even though all of these champions are really cool, just a quick rundown here: Nekmathar is an amazing champion, has a ridiculously versatile kit that's great in so much content. Sneak Trock, I think, is underrated. I think maybe not a top 20 legendary in the game or anything, but probably top 30, 35, 40, somewhere in there, and above average legendary for sure. And then Kandrafon is one of the most used, like one of the top 5 used DPS characters in the arena. He's maybe going down a little bit in the last 6 months to a year, but he's still very solid. And then Kyoku can do some really cool things. I'm working on a video right now for Solo Wing Bommel. So like Kyoku can definitely fill a role on your account, especially if you're struggling with Bommel. And then Hegemon, the only champion that can always go first and is really fun to use in the arena. And then Baron is a S tier, god tier arena damage dealer who can crank out damage in any scenario. So all of the champions in here are good. It's nothing wrong with that. It's just like 10x is, it's such a small window for which players the 10x really makes sense for, given the current landscape of raid around all of these summon events that we're constantly getting. I would say the 10x, just a random 10x out there, is probably the least desired of all of them. And even though these are all good champions, I don't anticipate these to be super active events because A, they're not coinciding with a 2x, B, they're not coinciding with a CVC clan match where you can double dip your points, and C, they're not any shards that coincide with a fusion or anything that we really need to earn points towards completing or anything like that. So even though cool events and all of that, I don't anticipate a huge percentage of participation in them. And now I want to pull up the Nishok Fusion calendar and talk about a few things because we are on the home stretch. We are over here. As you can see, on Monday, the 26th is where we're at right now. So this is the last 1, 2, 3, 4 rares that we're able to get as part of the event. So hopefully right now you're at like 12 of the rares and you can close out with these last 4. Now is the time to start ascending your rares and leveling them up to level 40 and fusing the epics and getting those epics up to level 50 and ascending them and all of that, because we have got the champ training live right here, so you can double dip a little bit and get a little bit of bonus value by doing multiple things at once. So you definitely want to start working towards completing the fusion today and tomorrow, and then you also want to hit that dragon tournament to make sure you are being efficient and grinding both the dragon tournament and the dungeon divers event at the same time. And then starting on Tuesday, you're going to want to dive in and upgrade a bunch of artifacts. And then after that, you should be good. But you're going to want to probably finish the fusion by like Wednesday or Thursday over here to make sure that you are kind of doing everything during that champ training while it's still live. And then the last event that will wrap up the Nishok fusion is going to be that artifact enhancement event. I will probably finish the fusion, I don't know, probably like the first day that this artifact enhancement event is live. So maybe towards the end of Tuesday or early on Wednesday is when I'll personally finish the Nishok fusion. And then as we head into the next week after that, we'll probably have a little bit of a lull week where the main focus is CVC. And then the week after that, we'll probably start hearing about the next fusion, honestly, because they do about 13 fusions a year. They do them just over like 1 a month in terms of the clip. And then they usually do like extra ones towards the end of the year. And it ends up getting to like 13 or 14 fusions in a year. So we'll probably already be hearing about what the next fusion is going to be and start getting that teased here within the next 10 days or so. Then for the general game stuff, it is a Monday and it is also coming up towards the end of the month. So we've got a lot of things kind of in flux. You're going to want to make sure your arena tier is proper on Monday. You also want to go set your tag team arena tier as like 1-person defenses so that we can all farm together early in the week here. And then it is the last day of the Doom Tower. So make sure you're diving in there and getting all those bosses done. The secret rooms and all the things that you need to focus on in the Doom Tower before it resets. Now let's fire up the shop and get some discussion around some of these offers. There is actually some interesting ones that are going on here, like offers that I kind of haven't seen before. So first of all, the mini mix pack, these 100% offer, 101% offer, depending on your spending tier and all that. These are some of the best offers in the game. So these 100% extra mini mix packs, if you're a spender on raid at all, this is probably something worth scooping up for you. Well, what I can say is it's one of the best offers you're going to see just in terms of general utility, like shards, chicken, energy, refills, silver. It's some of the better things you're going to see in raid. Now this countdown pack is something new that I'm seeing here. It is going to be acquired over the course of 5 days, and it's a special offer that we're going to have available kind of as we count down to New Year's. So let's go ahead and plug this in. We've got the silver, of 600K. Okay. And then we've got the energy of 4,000. Boom. And what? So then we're going, so 12 times 50 is what? 600. So 600 multi-battles. And then we're going to do 10 ancient shards, bang, and 6 void shards, boom, and then 2 sacreds, boom. Alrighty, and that brings us up to, if we put in the price of 50, it is a 1.78. So, you know, offers that are 1.0 or 1.1 or so are pretty typical to what you would see from Plarium. So, from Plarium's point of view, this is one of the better above average offers they put out. But worth noting that it is going to take 5 days to acquire all this stuff. So, I like to subtract a little bit based on the time to acquire. So, I'd put this at about a 1.5. I'm usually in the market to recommend offers that are over like 1.8, somewhere in there to 2.0, like the like the mini mix packs. These things grade out as like a 2.7, 2.8, and that's the kind of offer I'm looking for. The countdown pack is really good for high spenders, but for lower spenders, it's borderline. But then moving on, we've got the Boxing Week pack. Okay, so the Boxing Week is reference to their events that they're talking about, the like Unboxing Champions event, where you've got those 4 different summoning events. So let's reset this and let's put this in as 40, and then let's go 24 ancient shards with 4 legendary tomes. This one's probably going to be pretty bad. Yeah, 1.09. So this one is going to be a pass. You can tell by the purchase limit of 2 that is probably not going to be really good. Things like the countdown pack, you can see that it's just a one-time offer. There's no purchase limit of 2 or 3. That means it's probably going to be better than something like this that has the multiple purchases available. The Soul Stone, that's not a good deal in my opinion. The monthly pack is going to grade out as decent, pretty comparable to the countdown pack. I can actually plug this in because I'm a little bit curious on exactly what it is. We've got the 800 gems and then 1,000 of the energy. Okay, 1,000, and then we're gonna do 5 ancient shards, 1 sacred, boom, and then 3 voids. Okay, and that is gonna grade out as a 1.57. Yep. So okay, pretty similar to the countdown pack. For anybody medium to high spender, I would say the countdown pack and the monthly pack are decent, but not amazing. This one, like if you had to pick one, it's the 100% mini mix pack for sure. And then the faction accessories, at least it's coming down. I still don't think this is worth it though. I still think this is gonna be bad compared to other stuff. Let's go 20 and let's do 5 million silver. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then let's do 300 gems. Okay, and then 350 energy. Boom. Okay, so grades out as like 10 bucks. So is 3 pieces worth $10? No. Yeah, and that's why you can see a purchase limit of 5 is because they know it's not that great a value. So, okay, cool. That kind of wraps up what we see in the shop so far. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of context on the summoning events coming up this week. And remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content. I'm probably going to head on over and hang out on stream here on the channel for a few hours and kind of get the week kicked off. With those of you that want to stop by and hang out, I'll be live over on the live section, getting the week launched here for my account. So that'll do it for me on this one. I hope you are having a good holiday season and all of that. And I am back to the normal grind here on Monday and ready to go as we count down to New Year's. So as always, thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.